So if anybody is wondering, inside of these holes, it's supposed to be a 10 millimeter. It very well might be a Phillips head. And also another problem you're going to run into right here is a lot of times when people put aftermarket bolts in here, they screw in so tight that the bolt head squeezes into the plastic. Now you can't get your socket on there, and so my point is, you may see a bolt inside of there, but you can't get the socket to grab it. They're very aggravating. Guys, I don't really know what to tell you. I don't have a trick for that. You're just going to have to stay after it and try your best to get that out. But a lot of times if you over tighten these things with the wrong bolt, they'll drive in so far you can't get the socket back on it. So be mindful of that. I think these are still 10 millimeters. We'll see. So this is what they should look like. They're a very, very coarse bolt. They have a speed nut on the back side of them. So if you're going to change the bolt out, if you lost it, make sure you get the correct speed nut to match it. This is a Phillips head, and this over here is whatever. It could be a Phillips head, it could be like a Torx bit, it could be anything. And just so you know, most of these little bolts like this that are like in your speaker grills and in your door panels are actually 9/32. If you're looking for that crazy oddball size, there you go. So to get this armrest off, that's all you have to do is take off these 4 bolts. You do not have to take this off, and I recommend that you don't, because it makes it really hard to get everything back in and fit right. That's how these things get bent up a lot of times whenever people try to take them off. So all you're going to do from here is lift up, fold back. From here, your armrest comes apart so you can replace the pad. Usually this piece right here can just be re-dyed, which is what we're going to do. So if you need to restore your armrest, all you need is a pad, usually, unless of course this is busted. The reason why I didn't cover the screws around your speaker grill here is because there's so many different variations. They always break. They're supposed to be installed from the back side. They're not supposed to have any screws in them from the outside. But people through the years drill holes because they break and they put screws on it. I don't know. All I can tell you is just make sure that all of this over here is free. Anyway, from here, all you're going to want to do, you can get your fingers in behind here and feel for each little push tab and then pull against it. Just wrap your fingers around it. Be careful though. Wrap your fingers around it and there you go, guys. Okay, so again, the reason why I'm taking this door panel off is we want to be able to get some paint up in here. Honestly, kind of like they did. We're going to go a little further with it and take our tape line up in here. That way, if you ever have the door panel off, it doesn't look like a complete piece of crap. You know, at least it looks like you tried to get some paint in here. Now, I'm not going to respray this entire door. That would be way too much work and really for no reason. What we're probably going to do though is contact LMR and get some of this moisture barrier right here, put it back in. That way we have all the original padding here and the moisture protection. That keeps this door panel from basically rotting out, and it does help with sound deadening and stuff like that. Alright guys, next up we're going to take the mirrors off. You have to take this screw out first before you can get your mirrors off. All it is a Phillips head. I'm going to give you guys some words of wisdom here. This could be extremely hard to get out, and a lot of times they strip off. So it may come to the point where you have to drill it out or either snap the head of that bolt off. The key to these is push really hard up, and there you go. This rail actually slides over the mirror, so before you can get the mirror off, you have to take this off. So all you're going to do is take that one screw out and then pull back on these. You don't have to pull back very far. Pull back and it will actually rotate off. So see guys, you're here, pull back, and then you just flip down. Another problem area for these cars, if your car sits under trees or has been outside a lot, it's always good to check. That's why you don't park your car under trees. Look at that. That's bad. So you know, over time it's dry right now, but over time that's going to cause rust. So luckily it's not caused any rust for us yet, but we've gotten all that stuff out. But as you can see right here, that is where the trim slides over and locks that mirror into place where it can't come out. All right guys, there's two 9mm bolts on the inside of this. We're going to take those out, pop this mirror off. The wire for the mirror is right here, located right here. So there's a little push tab, usually it's locked in, pull it down and disconnect it. That will allow your mirror to come all the way out. And there you go, there's your mirror. Also, I want to show you guys how to remove your door locks from the outside of your door, just in case you were unaware. There's a little metal tab right here, and all you want to do is get in there with something like a screwdriver maybe, and slowly start to pry this thing out. Now, what you're going to run into as you're trying to pry this out is going to want to catch that lip in the back there. So just be mindful of that. Work it back and forth. And then this thing comes out. That's the only thing that holds your lock in. And as you can see on the inside, that's how the rod connects. It just pushes in. So all you want to do is just pull the rod out and your lock comes free. Anytime you're painting a car, especially like a Fox body, most everything comes out. My door handles right here, as you can see, have been bolted in. No problem. We're going to reuse these because these door handles work really good. They're the old style that just work. So a lot of these newer door handles just don't work as good. As you can see though, that goes right back to what I was saying earlier, where these bolts are in too far. I'm probably just going to have to take them apart from the inside and give myself a little bit of leeway so I can grab it. That's going to be really hard to turn from the outside. It's too close. All of this is going to need to be replaced. I think I have a new set actually. So you just drill these out, drill these rivets out right here, and then you can just pull this off. That needs to come off because it's starting to rust. There's a metal strip that goes inside of here, and over time it'll start to rust. So no point in keeping that. So we'll rip that out. Essentially everything on these doors is going to be replaced eventually. So your run channel molding, all that stuff's going to be replaced. You don't really have to worry about that during the paint process as far as like stripping all that out, because all this goes black anyway. So I just use trim black. After the car is painted, I'll run a nice little tape line right there, and from here up will all be trim black. So should be no problem. All the seals have been removed right through here. We're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get the door handles and all that stuff out of the car. I will probably go over once again with you guys how to remove this trim on these cars, because I get that all the time. I have a video on that, but we'll cover it again for you guys that want to see it. I want to go ahead and apologize to you guys because there's not like a lot of action in this. It's a lot of how-tos. I figure there's not going to be a lot of opportunities for me to show you guys a lot of this stuff. So why don't we just go ahead and do it now? So if you don't mind, sit through it. For those of you who do not know, here you go. Here's your some how-tos. Here's your some tips. I just figured I would share it with everybody. All you're going to do is take this tool here. You can get it on Amazon. I think Harbor Freight still sells them. I'm not sure. You're going to take this hook tool. You're going to come in until you feel a clip, and you're going to rotate. As soon as it pops, you're going to come in, grab your other clip, rotate up. Sometimes they're a little tricky. And that's that. So don't be scared, guys. Get this thing up in there, dig around. You're going to have to do what you have to do. You might scratch the paint up on the inside here, but it's okay. It's what you have to do. Also, do not use a screwdriver to do this. I did that years ago and I didn't know, and I bent up all of my trim. So don't do that, guys. Do not use a screwdriver. So you guys see just how easy that is to take off all this trim. And now you see the importance in taking it off. So if you're doing a paint job on your car, go ahead and pop that off. You see all of this stuff right here. All of this crap is just going to blow out and get all over your paint. It needs to come out. This is your one and only time to really get in here, clean everything up. That way the car is uniform. You want your car to be uniform after you paint it. You don't want to pull off trim and shit like that and see different colors. The way I usually do it is I usually run my tape line right along here. So all of this will be now Calypso green, all the way up to the very edges of where this butyl goes. It's just what you got to do, guys, if you want a good clean look. It'll also make you feel a little better about your car. So now's the time. Go ahead, just blow everything apart on the car that you can, because this is what's going to make you feel better, and this is what's really going to matter. Something happens and you got to take a windshield out or something like that, at least it's not all like different colors in there, and then you start chipping paint. The problem is, if you leave your trim on, you have to run your tape line right here. What's going to happen is if you ever get your windshield replaced or something like that, and this trim moves, as soon as it moves, it's going to chip all that paint off. But if you can go ahead and wrap that paint around down in here, lock it all in, you should be good to go. So this door, I forgot, it has rivets in it. So I'll be able to show you guys how to take these door handles off that have rivets in them already. So this is pretty easy. Typically what you would try to do is knock the inserts out that are in here, but these aren't wanting to come out. That's not that big of a deal, guys. We'll just drill them out. But if you can get the inserts in here in the center of the rivet, if you can knock that out, that makes the drilling process so much easier. But we're going to go ahead and do this without it. If there is a secret to success with these, in my opinion, it's use a bigger drill bit than you think. Most people use a tiny drill bit to just fit right inside the hole. That's not actually doing a lot. What you want to do is knock this outer head of this rivet off. So what I recommend is using a bigger drill bit. You could probably even go bigger than this, but we're going to try this size and see if it works. All right, one down. That's really all you want to do. Just take the head of it off. Now all we have to do is punch those through. All right, there's one down. There we go. And then on the inside of the door, all you do is reach in with your hand, push the lever down, and pull up, and that disconnects it. We were starting to get some rust here, so that's not good. All of this is gonna have to come off. Well, you know what? Screw it. It's coming off, so we'll just grab it and pull it off. It's not the way you would normally do it, but so we have a little bit of rust here, guys. This is definitely something that we're going to have to address. All I'm going to do with this is drill these out so I got a smooth surface. I'm going to hit it with some 50 grit and then touch it up with that chassis saver, and we should be good to go on that. You know, it is what it is. That's what happens when parts sit up, you know. I mean, you can't always guarantee that there's not going to be something happen to them. Alright guys, my battery is about to die, so I'm going to go ahead and charge it up. While it's charging, I'm going to come out here and clean this up. Alright, catch you in a few. Alright, so we have started the sanding process, as you can see. I know up here it's got some Bondo. You know what, the more I look at this, Andrew, I think this is primer. Really? Yeah, it's just thick primer. Now there's some Bondo down here on the lip and stuff, but I don't know, it's hard to say really. But
a magnet stuck to it, so.
Yeah. Anyway, Andrew's up here. He's about to start on the roof, but let me show you guys something. So during the hurricane, we got some damage on the roof here, so you guys can see that. What we're going to do is Andrew's going to start sanding. We're using 80 grit, by the way, because this is spray paint up here, guys, on top. We cannot paint over spray paint. We're not going to do that. We're going to try to make this thing look as nice as possible. So once Andrew sands this down, we're going to look and see what we've got here, and we're probably going to try the PDR, which is Paintless Dent Repair, on this to pull it out. What we have here is a high spot where I guess the brace is underneath, and then 2 low spots, and then a crown. So you have a high spot all the way around this dent right here. So what we're going to do is get it all sanded down and then try the Paintless Dent Repair on it and see what happens.
PDR. You use acronyms that makes it sound like you know what you're talking about.
Whatever. You do whatever you want to do. This is your show.
Yeah, I know it. Hi guys, welcome to Brutal Vlog.
We have a massive dent up here, as you guys can see. So what we're going to do is some PDR, which is Paintless Dent Repair. We're going to try to get this dent out as much as possible so that we don't have to fill it with Bondo. But yeah, we don't want to fill this thing with fillers. So what we're going to do now is use one of the big tabs, try to pull this out as much as possible. Then we'll use a smaller tab for that. You do that shit. Alright, this is going to be the last pull, I do believe, and we'll see what we have here. Spray our little release agent, which is nothing but alcohol on there. Alright. Oh yeah, it's looking pretty good, guys. Looking pretty good. So, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but we're looking a lot better. Now, to a PDR person, you know, they're going to say, oh my God, that's not done. That looks like crap. But for what I'm trying to do, that's perfect. I just wanted to get this up so that way I'll only have like a skim coat of Bondo. So I'm going to come in, tap some of the high spots down on this. Also, this is where we're at. We're almost completely down to bare metal for the most part. Seemed to be a lot of filler in this car, like I showed you guys before. But overall, it's looking pretty good. I'm confident that we'll be able to get this thing straight. There's one good thing about it. That door is almost perfectly straight. That fender is brand new. We're going to have a brand new bumper, another brand new fender. So really and truly, if you think about it, guys, the only thing that we have to get laser straight on this car is the rear quarter on this side and a quarter, and the door on that side. That is going to save us a shit ton of time. So to only really have to worry about straightening this out and blocking it out, we know that those are pretty straight. We're still gonna block them, but this is our only problem area. We're gonna be good to go. The roof, we'll get that. I think that's pretty straight. The deck lid doesn't have to be perfectly straight because the spoiler covers most all that anyway. But this right here needs to be as straight as we can get it. Well, all right guys, that's gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. Hopefully next time you see us, we will be in primer and be sanding on some things. All right guys, as always, thanks for watching.